This time on Rock Up Racing, the team heads to Oulton Park for the US Auto Show, set to face off against Bernie's V8s and the historic Outlaws. But with their other cars plagued by problems, they're left with one highly controversial choice: the yellow car. Welcome to Rock Up Racing. After the last outing at the All-Porsche Trophy, Tom at Coastal Motorsport began his post-race checks on the Blue 964. During the race, it had been plagued by a strange misfiring issue that needed urgent attention.
We're going to have a chat about this.
It's too hot in here today.
Rob was a little bit worried at Stetson about the performance of the engine in the last race, and it was coughing and breaking up a higher RPM between like 7 and 7. It wouldn't rev past 7, basically.
He said it felt like he was hitting the rev limiter.
Yeah.
Like early.
We were worried a little bit like it might have dropped a valve or something. But I've done a leakage test on 1, 2, 4, 5. I did 4, 5 and 6 first, and then I did 1, 2. They're all great. I've got to 3, and I took the plug out. And clearly the plug's crapped itself, which isn't good. But the worst bit about it all is the ceramic left behind. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of awkward with the light, but...
Just try and get it right.
If you get further away, maybe you can see it, I don't know.
God, why have we got lights in this garage?
You can see the ceramic sat in there. And the dilemma is, if I drop the plug back in there to keep the hole safe and stop stuff from dropping in there, I run the risk of knocking the ceramic into the hole before the plug goes in there.
With the Blue 964 sideline, until the engine can be thoroughly checked, the team shifts their focus back to the infamous yellow car. A few months earlier, they took it to Brands Hatch for a shakedown, hoping to prepare it for Speedfest. However, braking issues sent the car into the tire wall at Druids. Since then, team boss Ray has been hard at work, restoring the yellow car with a new bumper and more. But the team has another idea up their sleeve, one that could be a game changer for the yellow car.
Of all our broken cars, we've managed to make one good car that works.
Taking all the bits and put it on one.
Yeah. So this one is slightly different. The one that we crashed at Brands.
It's the infamous yellow car from the video.
So the rear dampers were shot. They're down there. They were leaking really badly.
So these ones.
Yeah.
Woo. And you couldn't adjust those?
They were non-adjustable. The height, you could height adjust, but that was it.
Right.
So I've taken the blue car suspension off it. We've stripped the blue car down quite a fair amount because it needs a lot of love. We've been taking it for granted, I think, a bit, and we need to make sure it's sort of put back up to scratch again. So I've taken a video explaining why the earlier 964, like this one, has different rear suspension to the later one. But this kind of stuff allows you to kind of compensate for that. So we just increase the length of it and it fits. Brakes, we bled the brakes. All the geo needed doing. That was really far out. It was all a bit random, so it needed sorting out. These links were like properly seized. I had to get a lot of heat on them, blowtorch them to get them to move. What else have we done? I don't know. Rewired the little steering wheel toggle thing for the paddle shifters.
But mostly just sorting out the suspension because Robert at Brands said it was handling like a skateboard. Yeah, it was like really bouncy and crap, and obviously the dampers were just shot. So yeah, well, you actually found one that was broken.
Yeah, it was leaking really badly. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Awaiting the team at Oulton Park are 2 thrilling races on a grid packed with 36 fire-breathing V8 monsters: Mustangs, Corvettes, NASCARs, and TVRs. The grid is divided into 5 classes: British V8s, modified American V8s, highly modified American V8s, Tuscans and the historic Outlaws, where the team's Porsche will be competing. But before they can reach the first race of the day, the team must tackle qualifying, aiming to post a strong time amidst the powerful lineup. The outlap is all about getting a general feel for the car, checking the track conditions, and warming everything up. But with a busy track, finding a clear run to post a good time will be a real challenge. Deep into qualifying, Rob spots Simeon up ahead in his Corvette, approaching Britain's, a fast chicane. Rob seizes the chance to overtake, but as he makes his move with enough room, Simeon doesn't notice him and drifts across, forcing Rob into the grass. This causes him to lose control and slide off the track. Despite the busy track and a minor off, Rob qualified fifth with a 1-minute 53.9. The competition ahead is tough, with Wiggins and Hyde's TVR Tuscan leading with a 151.4, and other fast times from Stewart Robb and the Ellis family. These space-frame TVRs will be a serious challenge for Robert in the Porsche. Shortly after qualifying, the team received some unfortunate news. They'd have to start at the back of the grid for the race. Their Outlaw class car, the class designed for those that don't quite fit the standard Bernie's lineup, was apparently just that bit too outlaw. But as good sports, they didn't make a fuss. Instead, it only fueled their determination to fight their way from the back and aim for the win. Before the race kicks off, there's the all-important grid walk, a moment where spectators get to experience the excitement up close. Fans can inspect the cars, chat with the drivers, and feel the pre-race buzz in the air. It's more than just a walk. It's a rare chance for people to immerse themselves in the world of motorsport, connecting with the teams and becoming a part of the action. For many, it's the highlight of the day, offering a unique glimpse behind the scenes before the engines roar to life. The next spectacle before the first race is Bernie's traditional Le Mans start. Robert had an incredible first lap, charging from the back of the grid and climbing from 35th to 23rd. But he's not stopping there. His eyes are now locked on the gold Corvette of Adam Chodosh. Rob was having a stunning drive, pushing himself up to 8th place. But then he began to notice some strange power issues. No boost and a lack of power. With no other option, Rob was forced to pull the car over. Just as he did, a red flag was thrown for a completely separate incident on the track. This unexpected turn meant Rob finished the race in 8th position. An absolutely stunning drive, climbing all the way from 35th to 8th.
What was it?
Fuel, I hope.
We did when you went past the pits. We
What did you
thought.
get up to?
Don't know.
Oh, really?
I was on 5 when I parked it, but I'm pretty sure I turned it down when it started to miss.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we did hear it.
I think it
sounded
might have been
funky.
quite high.
With an 8th place finish under their belt, the team now has one more race ahead. After checking the car over, they suspect it overheated due to the adjusted boost settings. The only option now is to take it out for the final race and see how it performs on the warm-up lap. Rob heads out for the last race, but even on the warm-up lap behind the safety car, he can tell something's not right. There's no way he can push the car in a race with it like this. Frustrated, he has no choice but to bring the car straight into the pits. A disappointing end to their day of racing.
Still the same?
Gearbox is louder, I think.
The gearbox is louder.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just causing some drag or something.
It was a challenging weekend for the team, battling to get the yellow car out on track amid a lineup of broken race cars and starting from the very back of the grid. Yet despite the obstacles, the team can look back proudly on a race where they quite literally came from the back to achieve a fantastic result. Now their focus shifts to finding the issues with the yellow car, with early investigations pointing towards the turbo as a possible culprit. Though the yellow turbo's weekend didn't go exactly as planned, it wasn't all setbacks. The team didn't just run the turbo at Oulton Park. They also brought along another familiar car, one they've been quietly preparing. This car will be used for Charlie's first solo race. Tune in next week to witness the return of Jura. Bye.